Hey, it's Mike with Become the Night, and I am fucking pissed! No, I'm not actually pissed, but that'd be a great way to start a show, wouldn't it? Alright, so I've been talking to some guys that I work with, some guys that I've just met as acquaintances through jamming, and I've heard from a number of them that they just kind of grew out of prog. My immediate first reaction is, what the hell are you talking about? But let's sit down and think about this a little longer. And by let's, I mean me. So these are guys that were in their late teens, early 20s, and were really into like the hardcore scene, the prog scene, the metal scene. And they were in bands, some of them touring. But after a while, they just kind of grew out of it and decided that like, oh, you know, music's the most important thing. Which is like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them citing that if I want to make a career at music, I need to make money at music. Now there's about a billion thoughts going through my head right now as to how I want to approach this, but I think we should start here. First of all, were they ever really into progressive music? Whether or not they were into metal, I feel like is a side note at this point, honestly, because I mean I happen to be a metalhead, but I don't think the end-all be-all is metal. I do, however, believe that pushing music forward towards something that's more quote-unquote progressive for mankind is progressive music. As music is a tool that serves to resolve cognitive dissonances in language, as language evolves, so does music. It has to. It needs to in order to keep up with the dissonances that keep coming in. Now you can argue that language is devolving, and in a sense so is music, and I'm kind of trying to fight against that. So at that point you're picking sides as to whether or not you really care about pushing humanity forward or just want to have a good time. But that's neither here or there for this conversation. So were they ever really into progressive music? Well, I look at it this way. Just taking the odds, I don't know them super well. I haven't pushed them or grilled them as to why did you grow out of prog? How could you grow out of prog? I think about it this way. Either one, they really were never into prog and it was a way of kind of finding their own identity since they couldn't really identify with themselves. Or two, they did enjoy some prog, but they just assumed that all prog was prog, and as long as it's different, it's cool. So they were grabbing for the weirdest shit they can until they realized, oh wait, we're not writing music anymore, we're just making noise. Again, just my theory. So in that sense, could they have grown up? Yes, but grown out of prog? I'm still not fully sold on that yet. Prog, to me, is not as simple as, oh, let's just throw shit at a wall and see how it works. Oh, let's just keep throwing shit. Oh, that's San Francisco sound. That's the kind of thing where you just start getting together with people and just start making noise and hopefully it comes out as something interesting. Which, sadly, because there's no other place to put it, it falls into prog, but that's not prog to me. In my mind, prog is people actually thinking about the music and trying to convey an emotion, whereas that is some assholes who can make some noise and happen to sound okay together. I mean, even to pull some of the most beloveds, in quotes, I guess, Bottled Science, I mean, I actually like them, but I don't see them actually trying to convey a message to me necessarily. They're really just focused on dissonance, and if that's what their entire band about, that's cool, but at some point I would like to hear another message. So essentially they're good for one album. Or like Behold the Arctopus. Just the name itself makes me cringe. It's not that they're bad musicians, it's not even like they can't write. I mean, these guys probably really know what the hell they're doing. They just choose to throw shit at a wall and play a fucking math game. And that's fine, but what the fuck are you trying to tell me? So that's where I come back to, were these guys like kind of into prog because, oh, it was different and they were actually feeding me different things, and they reached out to guys like this who were really, really on the fringe, and then we're just like, oh wait, this is a bunch of bullshit. So here's my thing. Obviously, like I said, I believe that prog is a step forward, at least one step forward, towards enriching humanity's culture. But we as listeners need to do more than just sit there and take it. We need to digest it, we need to see how it feels to us, and we need to see, like, is this really valuable or is this just noise? And when I say valuable, I mean it doesn't need to give you some grand revelation that completely revolutionizes the world. It can be as simple as, does this make me feel better? Does it actually convey a message? Does it actually serve a purpose that hasn't already been taken care of by somebody else before? Or that isn't just throwing shit at a fucking wall? As I believe that progressive music is a step forward in culture for humanity, it's not just limited to metal, it's not just limited to rock. I mean, you can put this into any genre of music. You can have progressive electronic. Yes, I said it. Progressive electronic. You can have progressive reggae. You can have progressive polka, progressive classical. This is already a thing. Just something to push it to the next level, which pushes humanity to actually go further beyond sinking and sulking in their own bullshit, to try and tell people that there's more to life than eating, sleeping, shitting, fucking, kissing, fucking coming everywhere. You have a brain, fucking use it. So to come back to my original point, I kind of find it to be an oxymoron that somebody quote unquote grows out of prog, because prog, as I understand it, is a growth of music. It's not just trying to be different. It's not trying to be out there and weird and cool. Like, it's actually trying to progress what music is and how we understand it and how we create it and how we listen to it and how we fucking eat, sleep, shit, and breathe it. Fuck it. But like, my example of the first progressive rock band, wait for it, wait, you're gonna shit your pants. The Beatles. I shit you not. In my opinion, the Beatles are the first progressive rock band. If you look at Revolver, if you look at Sgt. Pepper's, they compare it to anything else that was happening at the time, compare it to anything else, and they said, well, that's cool. How about we take that, jack it up to 1,000, and make it the greatest thing you've ever heard in your life. And not only that, but dictated how music would be made from there on out. If that's not fucking progressive, if that's not taking it beyond its boundaries and growing it to something more than it was, taking this little thing that was kind of mundane and blowing it up into this beautiful flower of beauty and still keeping it 100% relatable to most people, what the fuck is progressive at that point? So I don't buy the line of growing out of progressive music. I can buy the whole thing of growing out of metal music, but I guess that kind of falls into inherently how I see prog as not a genre, but a movement. Metal's a genre, reggae's a genre, hip-hop's a genre, you know, they're all like different types of music, but progressive music can fit into all of those genres because it's pushing them forward. It's not just a genre, it is a movement. It's trying to say, hey, what else can we do with this? What haven't the people heard before? Not only that, what haven't I said before? You could say something like, I love you. Or you can say something like, of all of the crescent rolls that sit upon the table, you are the most delicate, the most beautiful, the most pure. I plucked you from the table, from the tiny circular plate from whence you came, and took you into my mouth. Or as the third option for the behold the octopuses out there, you could say, I don't know. I don't know how to conclude this one. I'm not 100% sure what I've said throughout this whole thing. Again, it's a random rant. All I can say is, to say you've grown out of prog, I have an immediate reaction to, I'm not sure that you ever understood what prog was. Not in an insulting manner, just like a, come on to my side, man. I have a great time. Guys, if you've made it this far, first of all, you are the best fans. I'm honestly really interested to know what you guys think about this. Like, if you guys have grown out of Prog, I mean, like, yeah, I believe what I believe, but I really would love to listen to what you guys have to say. I want to learn more because, yes, I do believe what I believe, but I still always keep a healthy amount of, well, I could be wrong. But let's face it, I'm always right. And even if you haven't grown out of Prog, I mean, please leave your comments down below. I want to know your ideas, and like, especially if you don't even know what Prog is, please leave comments like, hey, I don't know what Prog is. Can somebody show me? You will have tons of people coming down and showing you the best shit you've ever listened to. Although if you really want to be helped, say what kind of music you like ahead of time so that they know what to suggest. It's a broad spectrum, so we want to give you the shit you like. I don't know if I made a point in that. God, I hope I made a point in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with me and listening to me babble about things that I for some reason care about. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Rock on.